Red kettles are returning. How the Salvation Army plans to keep volunteer ringers safe as COVID cases soar. Emergency nurses calling for change. Why they say it's too soon to let COVID positive nurses come back to work. Plus, the Mayo Clinic worried about community safety as it could soon reach limits in caring for patients. Valley News Live at 10 starts right now.
Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 10.
We begin tonight with breaking news as rescue crews remain on the scene of a fatal head-on crash. It happened along Highway 75 just north of Georgetown, Minnesota. That's a live picture from the scene. The call came in about an hour ago. State Highway Patrol confirming to Valley News Live that 2 people have died, 1 person injured in the collision between a semi and a passenger vehicle. You can expect that area to be busy as investigators try to figure out what happened. At this point, no names are being released. The rise in COVID numbers becoming more concerning for health officials as we approach the holiday season. One group being affected is the Salvation Army, who are changing many aspects about their largest fundraiser of the year. Valley News Team's Devin Fry brings us the story.
Another dramatic rise in cases in North Dakota as the COVID-19 pandemic continues. Cass County reported another 341 new cases today alone. Health officials say a big part of that large number was a backlog in results from a testing event in Moorhead. However, numbers across the county have been rising steadily. Health officials also worry that the upcoming holiday season could lead to an even bigger increase in COVID-19 cases as numbers are already proven to go up around holidays.
We saw a spike in cases after the 4th of July, and we see spike in cases after other holidays. But this year, it's going to be especially bad because you're congregating in a small space generally. So if someone does have it, it's going to spread a lot quicker through that group of friends.
Many are already adjusting their plans for the holidays, including the Salvation Army, who will be making changes to how their biggest fundraiser is done. Their Red Kettle fundraiser will get started earlier this year, and some of those Red Kettles will be unmanned due to not wanting to put their volunteers at risk. Any volunteers working the kettles will be wearing masks, hand sanitizer will be available for those who wish to donate, and they'll also be sanitizing the kettles on a regular basis.
It's going to be significant because we'll have far less folks manning the kettles and we'll have less traffic flow going as well. So maybe this year we'll see a huge increase in online stuff and the QR codes.
O'Neill says that, as expected, the Salvation Army has been working with less volunteers this year. However, he also says that the adjustments they've made to make things easier due to COVID-19 has led to them not needing nearly as many volunteers as they would normally need in this holiday season.
You know, we've been able to function because we've needed less. So the fact that people aren't able to come has been okay for us, and we're able to do that.
Reporting from Fargo, Devin Fry, Valley News Live.
The Salvation Army will be posting QR codes, which will allow people to donate digitally on their phone. There's also going to be a nationwide fundraiser at Walmart this year where customers can round up to the nearest dollar and donate that change to the Salvation Army. The North Dakota Emergency Nurses Association is calling for a change to Governor Doug Burgum's order to allow COVID-positive nurses to continue working. They say it's a crisis strategy by the CDC, and a number of other things should be taking place first, such as canceling all non-essential procedures, adjusting scheduling, and implementing a statewide mask mandate. They say North Dakota is one of just 16 states without a statewide mandate, and emergency nurses are reporting and fearing for concerns for personal safety. Their full statement is on the VNL News app or on our website. Just go there and click on this story. One person's in the hospital tonight with severe injuries following a rollover crash. It happened on Highway 2, 4 miles west of Devil's Lake, about 4 this afternoon. 18-year-old Madison Clark was driving west on Highway 2 when her pickup slid on ice and entered the median, then rolled several times. Clark was transported to a Minot hospital due to the severity of her injuries. COVID-19 continues to challenge us all, including landlords. Orange Property Management says that they had 3 deaths in their apartments in one day. They've come up with a checklist for their renters to follow if something like this happens again.
I'm really encouraging renters to do a couple things. Number one, list multiple contacts with your management company. And if you haven't, update them, because we have tenants that have been there for 10 or 15 years.
Marcial also says that you should let the people you listed as emergency contacts know your landlord's information. His company says they've been meeting with local apartment companies on how they're addressing COVID-19. Some landlords are staying up to date on webinars through the National Apartment Association. A Mayo Clinic official is warning people to take precautions against COVID-19. One of the world's leading hospitals is worried the surge will take a toll on its staff. Kate Raditz has our story.
Our ability to care for patients depends on staffing, supplies, and space.
Dr. Amy Williams warned that the Mayo Clinic could soon be limited in caring for patients with a surge in COVID-19 cases. Right now, more than 1,000 members of their staff are out due to being exposed to COVID-19 or having the disease.
The most critical worry we have right now, as far as our ability to care for patients, is staffing. We have an increase in staff absences.
In the communities that the Mayo Clinic serves, positive COVID-19 tests have come back as high as 20% positive in Minnesota and 30% positive in Wisconsin. Dr. Williams said the governor's new orders are a huge step in the right direction, but said it doesn't stop people from not following basic guidelines.
If you go to a small gathering, you have to be masked. You have to have social distancing. It is incredibly important.
As of midnight Sunday, the Mayo Clinic in Rochester was caring for close to 200 COVID-19 positive patients. The clinic has again started delaying some elective surgeries, a move that was first taken when the pandemic made its way to Minnesota. Dr. Williams pleaded with the public to take precautions to help hospitals help them.
My biggest concern is that our communities will not stay safe.
One good thing is that doctors now have a better understanding on how to care for COVID-19 patients. They also expect to see lower rates of the flu due to precautions that people are taking. North Dakota Attorney General Wayne Stenjum and Governor Doug Burgum are at odds over who has the power to appoint someone to a vacant District 8 House seat won by David Ondal, who unfortunately passed away due to COVID-19 last month. The governor is requesting outside attorneys be appointed to him by the Attorney General's office for legal matters. The governor has asked for 3 attorneys with Vogel Law Firm in Bismarck. Stenjum responded to the request saying, in order to make an appointment, I need to be informed specifically what action or proceeding is pending. Governor Burgum requested the attorney appointments to be made by today noon, but there's been no response from the Attorney General. A full recount by hand has begun in Georgia. The margin between President Trump and Joe Biden there is more than 14,000 votes. Georgia instituted a new audit process, and depending on the results of the audit, the loser could call for another recount. That one would be performed electronically, not by hand. Counties in Georgia have until Friday to certify their results. State law mandates that the full state results must be certified by next Friday. NBC News projects that President Donald Trump is the winner in Alaska. With 75% of the total vote reported, the president is leading Joe Biden by nearly 57% and picks up Alaska's 3 electoral votes, giving him a total of 217. NBC News has yet to make projections in the presidential races in Georgia, Arizona, and North Carolina. If you get a text message promising a $1,200 stimulus check, don't click on it. The IRS says the text includes a fraudulent link impersonating the agency's website. It's asking people to enter their personal and financial account information. The IRS warns the text is part of a phishing scam. Coming up on Valley News Live at 10, raising $20,000 in just 2 days for an area coach and teacher. But first, we may be catching a break on snow in the 7-day forecast. Summer breaks it down for us in a few minutes.